Okay, next up, Eugene for I think it's very, I'm very encouraged by the fact that so many of our speakers have never done something like this before. It really gives me hope for 2020. It's not easy to get off in front of a room of strangers, so, yeah, with that.
Stay working, I don't know.
Maybe
All right.
when the fans come on, it gets really loud, but it,
Okay, all right, I'll use it until it stops working. Hi, my name is Eugene, and I gotta tell you, I have spoken in front of 25,000 people. I'm a business mentor, I'm an angel investor. I've helped start, launch, and grow over 1,000 businesses. And I'm used to speaking, and I'm terrified right now. Mainly because I shouldn't be here. I'm not what you would call a, what did the girl say? Blue, vote blue, or
No matter who.
no matter who. Okay, that's not me. I have been raised and have most of my life been a Republican. I voted for Obama though, and so I'm a Republican with an open mind. And I care about this country. I'm a single dad. I've got 2 beautiful kids, and I worried about this country. And then when I looked at Obama, I saw hope, and so I switched, right? But then 8 years went by, and a lot of the things, the promises he made, didn't come to fruition. It was okay for a president, but it was a little lackluster. We're left in a lot of the same problems that we had before, and a lot of that can be reflected by the racism. I grew up with racism. I was born and raised in Detroit. I was the Korean population, so I got beat up. You know, I had to fight, and so I know a little bit about racism. I have been knifed before in Chicago. I was born and bred in the Midwest. And so when Hillary was running, I did not vote for her. So I'm not an example of blue no matter who. I'm someone who has never been into politics. I've never been interested in being in politics. And the candidate that got my attention and got me to really get excited in a way I've never been excited before is Andrew Yang. And there's a few reasons for that. I really believe that Trump, I wanted to give him a chance, like Dave Chappelle said, maybe he's different, because I was sick of the brokenness in Washington, all the politics, just all the division. And I thought maybe he can't be bought. And lo and behold, it didn't take long to realize I was wrong, right? We all were wrong. And my state, I'm talking about my state. I'm from Michigan. Michigan should have gone to Hillary. Why? Right? And if you look at the narrative that Trump sets up, okay, it's a narrative I really believe it's all in his court. We're right now in the impeachment hearings, and there's a really strong chance, even with all of the evidence, and even all the guilt, that he will be acquitted. It's sad to say, right? It's like playing a ball game where we already know the score before the game begins. And so he will emerge, if that happens, he'll emerge out of this stronger than ever. And if there's anything we've seen in the last 3 years is one thing, okay? Donald Trump knows how to handle Washington. He runs circles around us because he's an outsider. He's not a politician. He doesn't, the rules don't apply to him, apparently. And I see that as really sad. I think America is ready for a different kind of president. One who's more substance over, form. And I see that in Andrew Yang. I found, so sorry. The policy that he stands for is the freedom dividend. And the one thing I love about this is it's bipartisan. It's completely bipartisan. The idea is 500 years old. It began with Thomas More in his book Utopia, right? It was carried by our forefathers, Thomas Paine, at the founding of our country. It was also pushed in a book, and it was the platform that Martin Luther King Jr. Died with. He died pushing that platform. It was actually passed by the House twice in 1971 by the Republican House, and it was blocked by the Democrats, not because they didn't want it, but because they wanted to be more money, right? It is a deeply bipartisan idea, and it's something that we have a state that has had a running dividend, an oil dividend, for the last 40 years, and it was passed by a Republican governor. And so the idea of it is, this is what I love about it, it's a humanity-first vision for America that takes the boot off of the average American. Because right now, I guarantee you this, when Trump gets on that stage, he's going to be huffing and puffing, he's going to be King Kong, right? And he's going to eat alive any normal politician because his narrative works. Why? Because all the scales are tipped to him. What is the GDP right now? What is the unemployment? Those are the only measures that we measure this country, but that's a 100-year-old measure. It's 100 years old, and the guy who came up with it said it needed to pass. I know, like 30 seconds. Okay, so what I love about this is it gives a kinder, gentler idea. It takes the idea of scarcity off of Americans, because 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, even here in Carmel Valley, right? Over 57% of Americans couldn't afford an unexpected $500 bill. Now, studies show when you're in a scarcity mode, your IQ goes down by 14 points. He's the only one that is not villainizing the other side. We need to come together. We need to have someone that isn't left, isn't right, but is forward thinking and brings our company, our whole country, our country in a more positive state. So that's all I have to say.